Oftentimes in group meetings I get questions about, hey, there's 4 types of referrals that are listed on the referral report. Does it matter, and what the heck is the difference in those 4 types? The 4 types of referrals listed on the referral report are B2B, which is business to business referrals, B2C, business to consumer, or really think individual. COIs are referral sources, which are introductions to people who aren't necessarily in the market for your product or service, but they can naturally feed referral opportunities back to you. And then there's spinoffs, which is another way to track it. So let's just break those 4 down really quickly and talk about those. So B2B. Think of it this way. In the simplistic form, the B2B and B2C column are end users. B2B is, I always use the example of, I think of my household. So if I was paying by a check and it was coming from the Referrals Group LLC, it's a B2B referral. If I was paying by a check and it was coming from our personal account, Bart and Megan Giles, that's an individual referral. So don't overthink this column. At the end of the day, if you get it in the system, that's more important than anything. But where this matters as a group oftentimes is we have a lot of guests, once a group gets up to 12 or 15 members, that will reach out and say, hey, I'm looking for a group that has a high percentage of B2B referrals. And so we use the referral report as a way to set those guests up for opportunities to find the right group. So if you are doing a lot of B2B business, it's really critical, and I encourage you to track it. The other column, COI, or introduction referrals, that's an area that we really want it to be about 15% of your referral volume, is focusing on introducing people in the group to other COIs, centers of influence, or referral sources, because that's the gift that keeps on giving in that scenario. And then the last column, which is a newer column, is spinoff referrals. And a spinoff referral is really as simple as Brian sends me a referral, and then I do a great job, and then a couple months later, Brian's sister calls me. Says, hey, you did a great job with Brian. We heard about you this way. So then I can then source that referral back to the person that originally followed it. I've got a member in a group right now, and he's super anal, and he's tracking it at 5 different tiers on the spinoffs. Honestly, if you get one and you remember to track the spinoff, that's great for us. But you would not have gotten that opportunity if you hadn't done a good job on the first one. So if you can track as many of those as possible, that's great. But we're not asking you to go crazy on the tiers, and the spinoff from a spinoff from a spinoff. If we can get kind of level 1, that's great for us. So in closing, that's just an example of the 4 different types of referrals we track on the referral report, and a little bit of reason on why we do that as well.